only Christmas tree worth having this year is the Tree of Evolutionary Life, now in its limited edition winter form. Grab this limited time poster now while you can. It depicts every single Pokemon and how they'll be related to each other, including the all-new Melmetal. Using the links below, grab one for yourself or for a friend.
Hello, Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here, and what if you were a gym leader? Okay, it's time. We have covered every single type. I started this series, really not as a series at all. I started a few years ago by doing my normal type gym. Just what if I was a gym leader and the type I chose was normal? And this is not me recovering the normal type. I'm not going to just regurgitate the same gym that I would have done before. This is not that at all. But since then, since actually the beginning of this year, I started this year off and said it would be cool if I made this a playlist. And I started with the grass type gym in January. And we are now in December and pretty evenly spaced over the year. We've done every single Pokemon type. I hope you've enjoyed how creative I've tried to be with these types. But you must be wondering, how are there so many Birdkeeper Toby clones? What is that about? You find yourself at the end of whatever this weird fan game is that you've been playing, where you've been challenging the gym, and you've been letting me know along the way what your gyms would be like, and I've really enjoyed reading those, seeing how unbelievably creative you've been in the comments. This is one where maybe you could do that, or maybe rather than telling me what your gym of this type would be like, just tell me what team you'd use to defeat me. Also, a massive thank you to the person who's edited every episode of this series consistently throughout the year, my good friend Gottlich. He is one of the editors on this channel. He has helped me out so much and been so understanding of me as someone who's just been needing to get these videos done fairly regularly, looking after me, being a total champ, and I don't know what you're going to edit in for yourself, Gottlich, but do praise yourself, say something nice. This guy is a hero. Thank you to him. You can find links to his socials below. With that being said, you step through the gates of the gym and you find Gottlich. This is his original character outfit. He tells you, hey, champ in the making, it looks like you've battled all of the gyms. That Toby guy is crazy. He gives me so much work to do. But he's your problem now. And Gottlich disappears. And you are in a building that is somewhat reminiscent of Hyrule Castle from Zelda the Wind Waker. One of my absolute favorite video game locations. It's a level where you go through and you battle all the bosses of past dungeons. That in order to proceed ahead and get to the final boss of the game. So you can probably see where this is going. In front of you, there are a number of bridges leading to a number of rooms. One for every type, not the normal type. You know what? I'm gonna leave the normal type out of this because it's not really part of this series. The normal type is more part of the Team Snooze arc. So you enter the first door and you find yourself going through a forest. Well, I say a forest, it's more like a swamp. It is, of course, my grass gym. You find yourself crossing these logs and going over this poisonous acid. This is the gym that, if you remember rightly, was going to prove to you that plants are not just soft, flowery, lovely things. Instead, they are powerful and they are vicious. And you're going to find in that room, at the end of that puzzle, one trainer. That trainer, of course, is Birdkeeper Toby, using the exact same team that I did in that gym. A Carnivine, 2 Victory Bells. Before I had a Weenet Bell, now one of them is above. A Carnivine, 2 Victory Bells, and a Cradilly. You defeat that trainer and you proceed on to the next room. The next room just contains within it a giant burning woodlands and a tree at the end which has a flaming nest on the top. There you battle the next version of me. Oricorio, Blaziken, and Talonflame are this team, the Firebirds. The next room contains a tunnel that has loads of fossils in the wall, and at the end of it, you find the fossilized version of me. I'm not actually fossilized, I'm not like old or anything, this is the me that uses fossil Pokemon. I say fossil Pokemon, more like ancient Pokemon, like Relicanth or Lycanroc, which is based off of an ancient form of like fossil dog in Hawaii. And then of course, also fossil Pokemon, Aerodactyl, Omastar, and Tyrantrum. There is 2 more doors that you need to proceed through. The first one that you go through it's kind of like a little mini rainforest. And again, there's no wild trainers. There might be wild Pokemon in all of these areas. I like the idea that there's lots of wild Pokemon roaming around in this building. Pokemon that are pre-evolutions of the Pokemon that you're going to battle in this gym. And in this room, the version of me uses Politoed, Ludicolo, Seaking, and Goodra, all using rain-themed tactics to try and defeat you. One more room, it's kind of a zoo that has lots of electric rodents in it. You find yourself up against the gym leader, of course. And the zookeeper at the end uses all of these rodents. 2 Raichu, because before I had a Pikachu and a Raichu, and the special fossilized version of Pikachu. This Pokemon is a Pokemon made by one of you. I did a little art competition, and this is what we decided a fossil version of the Pikachu family would be like. But again, you defeat that trainer, and with each of us beaten, that is all of the rooms? No, it's just all of the rooms on the first level. You come back into the main chamber, and there they are, the base trainers: fire, water, grass, electric, and rock. They are all clones of me, or that's what we've been saying for the whole of the evolutionary series, that they're clones. Actually, we've been asking, how can there be this many clones of me? And as they unlock the gate to the next big chamber, they simply vanish. They disappear. You're congratulated on defeating the base elements. There's 2 more chambers after this. What I call the advanced types and the specialist types, and I'm not going to go through every single one and tell you what each gym is going to be like. If you really want to relive the gyms, there is a whole playlist. My Pokemon gym for each type. I've done that whole playlist. It is available to watch, of course it is, that's there. And you want to know more about this gym. Of course, here are all the different teams for the gym leaders of the different types that I'll be using. Which ones, of course, do you remember from past generations? These are the advanced types, and these are the specialist types. And you do it, and both in the second chamber and the third chamber, the advanced chamber and the specialist chamber, you get to the end of it, all the gym leaders of that area, all the Mii clones appear, and then they disappear. They open the gate for you, and then they vanish, and you move on to the next chamber. And once you've defeated the specialist types, you are through chamber 3, the hard chamber. You then finally do it one last time. And you find yourself walking through some giant, grandiose door, and on the other side, you come out of that door right there. That one, my bedroom door. This is the chamber at the end. I'm there in my room, making videos, talking to the camera. This is getting meta. And I turn around. You are right there, and you have managed to defeat all of my Pokemon gyms. All of the clones, they're not clones, they're holograms. I'm sitting here at my computer. All of the Bulba Paul clones from the other gyms, they've just been holograms that I've been doing here alongside my YouTube. That's what I do on the flip side of that. I have hologram technology. I don't know, why not? Actually seems more plausible than clones. And I say, well, I was just snoozing off work. I kind of finished making all of my Pokemon gym videos, but I suppose you want one final challenge, right? I suppose I should stop napping and get up and face you. And the battle begins. Welcome, of course, to my multi-type gym. This is a gym. There has only been, I think, 2 of them in the history of Pokemon. The character of Blue, your rival character, which is, that's awesome. And the less awesome gym from the beginning of Pokemon Black and White, where they use a type dependent on what you have in your team. Let's forget about that one. There's Blue, that's awesome. And now you're facing off against me, Bulba Paul, and I'm going to use a team that most accurately represents the channel. Are you ready for the most powerful team I own? Go Snorlax! How could you not expect it? Snorlax has become somewhat of a mascot in relation to Team Snooze. This will be the Snorlax, of course, from my normal Pokemon gym, because that actually was me at some point or another. This is just another challenge I set up along with my Battle Frontier and, you know, my Pokemon League. This is a further challenge that I set up as Bulba Paul in my time as a Pokemon trainer, probably at the height of it, in fact. Who has all of the sleeping moves? We're talking Rest, Sleep Talk, Snore, and of course, Body Slam for when it's awake. You dispatch of it using an incredible fighting Pokemon. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. I send out another normal type Pokemon. This time, it's Stoutland. This Stoutland is aptly named Rolo after my puppy, and many of you will remember that about half a year ago, I did the solo Rolo run. It was a solo run through of Pokemon Black and White, or Black and White 2, I think, where I was using just a Lillipup that evolved into a Stoutland. This Stoutland was named after my brand new puppy at the time, Rolo. It's the solo Rolo, and it knows Takedown, Crunch, Body Slam, and Earthquake to really hit for some heavy damage. But you defeat it, so I try a different tactic. This time, I'm sending out Lapras. This Lapras is representative of one of the favorite Pokemon videos I've done, my Evolution 101 video. It was my most popular video for a long time. It, of course, was such a focal point for that and the whole idea behind it, and also one of my favorite Pokemon. And this Lapras also knows Rest and Sleep Talk, but as well as that, it knows Avalanche and Waterfall to do some serious physical stab damage. You dispose of it, and I send out another Pokemon Theory Pokemon, Steelix. This one is based off of my first ever Pokemon Theory, which was how the Crystal Onix is like all Onix look like that, and Steelix explains it all by being harder than Diamond. You can go and watch that theory if you want, but now is not the time for theories. Now is the time for battling. This Steelix knows Crunch, Heavy Slam, Iron Tail, and Explosion for an extra little bit of a, well, you know, if it looks like things aren't going my way, then I'm just gonna like try and take you out with that. But you defeat it, and then I send out the first mascot of the channel, Mega Pidgeot. It's a Pidgeot, but of course it is a Mega Evolving Pidgeot, and because of its ability, moves like Overheat and Hurricane are used. These moves now 100% of the time hit with its ability. As well as that, it knows Drill Peck for some stab damage and Roost to heal up, but yes, Mega Pidgeot was the original mascot of the channel. Since then, I think it's been Rowler and Pikachu and Hello. I don't really have a channel mascot, but certainly Mega Pidgeot was the original. But you defeat it, and I am left no choice. I'm going to send out my Z-move user, Blaziken. It's Pokemon number 6. Is this the end of the battle? Possibly not. This Pokemon knows a few very interesting moves. It knows Blaze Kick. Of course, you got to get that stab fire damage in, and it's like signature move. It knows Protect, and it has the Speed Boost ability, which means every time it uses Protect, which will be basically every other turn, it's going to gain a little Speed Boost and get even faster than you. It's going to know Overheat, which is like its stab fire move that's just going to do a ton of damage. This is definitely a special Blaziken, and it's also going to know the move Focus Blast, which doesn't hit very often, except it's going to be holding the Fighting Z Crystal, and when you have the Focus Blast using the Z Crystal, I think it always hits, and it's incredibly powerful. A super powerful special fighting move. You don't see that very often, and that's the kind of thing that I really want to play around with here. But you beat the Blaziken, and I, as a gym leader, am defeated. Birdkeeper Toby, greatest Pokemon trainer, ex-leader of Team Snooze, the most powerful Pokemon YouTuber of all time? You beat me? No, this isn't on. You've challenged all of my gyms? Nah. How have you managed to get this far, to defeat all of the hologram versions of me, all of the incredible puzzles and themes I've created, and now you've battled the team that most accurately represents my channel? This is not on. And inspired by that moment in Pokemon Gale of Darkness where you beat the main boss and then Shadow Lugia appears out and you're having to do a double battle against it, or all of the Totem Pokemon battles where that Pokemon is just a little bit too big, something massive appears. Coming crashing through my wall, ripping the whole place open, is a new monster Pokemon. It is huge, it is deadly. Your team won't get a chance to heal up. You will have to face it now, straight off the bat. It is not a legendary Pokemon. You find yourself face to face with a giant Bibarel, and the battle begins. For those of you who don't know, this giant Bibarel is Miyamoto. It is a Pokemon that I used in a solo run of Pokemon Platinum. I said, there's no way it can be done with just a Bidoof. I did it, and this is Miyamoto, the monster Bibarel. Anyway, you are now face to face with this Pokemon, and if you want to beat the gym, you're going to battle it, a double battle versus this Miyamoto. It is bigger than any other Pokemon. This Bibarel is bigger than a Groudon. It looks terrifying, and it definitely has stats to match. This Bibarel is holding a Lumberry, a very basic kind of item that is just going to heal it up in case you do any kind of status conditions against it. But what it is going to know, because it's a double battle, is Earthquake. I don't even know if Bibarels can learn Earthquake. This one can. One Pokemon against your two, it's definitely an advantage that it can have. It's going to know Ice Beam for some type variation. And on top of that, it's going to know the stab moves Waterfall and Hyper Fang. This is not a Hyper Fang attack you want to take. It's going to do some serious damage. But you know what, Pokemon Masters? I believe in you. You've battled every gym so far, and you've certainly got through this gym alright. You've defeated every other challenge in your path, and you will, and do, beat Miyamoto the Bibarel. I would call it back to its Pokeball, only it doesn't have one. It just sort of lies there like a giant defeated Godzilla. Speaking of which, here's the merch again. Buy it, please. It helps out. You really don't have to. It lies there, defeated. Miyamoto the Bibarel. A legend in its time. I return it back to the Pokeball and say, okay, fair enough. Maybe I should stop running Pokemon gyms and continue my Pokemon adventure and just get back to the whole YouTube thing. We're probably done with this gym thing around about now. Thank you so much, though, for taking part in my gym challenge. There's no Pokemon badge here, but you can have a trophy. I'm sure there's a trophy. There's probably a trophy. Why not? I hadn't really decided that. And I don't really have a TM for you. I guess, here, just have 1,000,000 Pokédollars. Is that a lot? I don't even know in Pokédollars. Just have it. It's all good. You win. Thank you so much for taking part in my Pokemon Gym Challenge. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope you've leveled up your Pokemon well, and you've created some incredible gyms. Let me know what team you'd use to take on this gym in the comments. Get creative. How would that battle go? And for the last time in this series, soar high, Pokemon Masters. Thank you so much to those who support me on Patreon right now. Links are in the description. Go ahead and sign up. There's a bunch of cool perks. And a massive thank you to those who have gone above and beyond this month. Yoni, Sobin, and Xavius. Thank you.